Ooh-wee, this week's episode, we got Michael MacDonald. He is the silent partner of Earn Your Leisure, InvestFest, a whole EYL network. Everything that they do, there's a guy behind the scenes that is really pushing the buttons, and he doesn't get enough credit for it.
Do you think that Michael Jordan would be as successful without you? No.
Whoa.
They say like a jack of all trades, but a master of none. But still better than a master of one, right? Yeah. That was me. I had to do lighting. I had to do sound. I had to do the cameras. I had to do the emails, the customer support. I was everything. I was doing every component of the business. What eventually happened was we started to delegate. And what I'm great at is building these things, like putting things in place. There's no way that we can get to the level we want to get to if we don't delegate. That's why we have 5, 8-figure businesses, right? Because we have a bunch of different people.
5, 8-figure businesses? Whoa.
You want first place, come play with me. You want second place, go somewhere else.
A lot of people remember, my podcast was actually on the Earn Your Leisure network. And everybody kept asking me, why did you leave? Why did you leave? Why did you leave? It was because of Mike.
It should have just been me and you. 12 o'clock at night, I'm upset. He texts me, Rashad, and Troy. And that just pissed me off.
Mike invited me to fight him.
I felt like, are you trying to like get me in trouble or trying to like I was like, subordinate or something, or I was like this is my network, I'm an owner, like, you know, I'm not like a little guy, you know what I'm saying?
And he's like, yo, what you gonna do about it? I'm looking at the phone like.
When I had my son, it changed everything for me. There were times where I had to sleep in my car, I had to take a shower in a gas station, things like that. I no longer can depend on someone else to supply money in my pocket.
The person coming from the background, coming to the forefront, could pose a problem. This is an episode where you're gonna wanna watch the whole thing, okay? Don't skip around, don't jump to the middle, don't jump to the end, don't leave early. You need this whole game. I really got the game from him. I learned so much in this episode, and so will you. Welcome to another edition of the Social Proof Podcast, man. We find dope people that did dope stuff, man. This conversation is long overdue. We have Big Michael MacDonald, founding member of Earn Your Leisure and all things Earn Your Leisure. What's up, man?
Wow, I made it to the chair. I made it to
you
the
are
studio.
Here.
Wow. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Man,
long time coming.
Nah, for sure. This is,
Appreciate it.
You build an empire and you don't get the credit of a Rashad and Troy. Like I have Rashad and Troy on my wall and Mike's not on the wall.
Maybe one day.
But you've created something that the world loves, but people don't really know you like that.
Well, it goes. What are you doing it for? Yeah. Are you doing it to be known? Are you doing it to help people? Are you doing it to help your friends get to where they wanted to get to? It all depends on what you're doing it for. We came on a mission. We started with Rashad just to make him the most successful and famous financial advisor. That was the first goal. And after that goal was obtained, they wanted more information. So they came to us and said, let's do a podcast. So then that's when they were thinking about it. Rashad came to me and said, yo, I want to do a podcast. Let's do a podcast. Next thing you know, it caught wind. It caught like wildfire. It was out of this world. But the goal was just to keep educating, keep putting out information. When we started with Rashad, he was the only one just breaking information down. Like you would break a deal down, or we just had Junior Bridgman. He's on this week's podcast. We broke his deal down when he didn't make the most money in the NBA, but he went to work at Wendy's or one of those fast food restaurants on his off season. Yeah. We broke that deal down, like how he made his millions. You know what I'm saying? So people just wanted more information, and the podcast is a way to give more information. It gives you a longer dialogue of conversation and information.
Gotcha. So what's your role? What's your role now?
So
Earn Your Leisure.
Thank God.
Let's back up.
Okay.
In the very beginning, what was your role?
So I was like everything. Like, so they say like a jack of all trades, but a master of none, but still better than a master of one, right? Yeah. And I did a podcast a couple of months ago, and I didn't realize my superpower until I did that podcast because, you know, I believe everybody does have a superpower, But when I started to do it, when I did that podcast and I started to think, I'm like, and he asked me that question, what's your superpower? And this is previous. I just told him all the things I used to do, like I'm about to tell you. But then I'm like, wait, that's my superpower. I know a lot. I know a little bit about a lot of things, right? Mm-hmm. Like on this set, right? He's doing lighting. He's doing cameras. Someone's doing whatever, right? That was me. I had to do lighting. I had to do sound. I had to do the cameras, right? I had to do the business registration. I had to do the emails, the customer support. I was everything. I was doing every component of the business. So eventually we wanted to grow and scale. There's no way you can scale a company by yourself, right? Yeah. We couldn't scale at this level if I was continuing to do what I was doing, because I would have definitely burnt myself out. Almost did. But what eventually happened was we started to delegate. And to be honest, I enjoyed doing what I was doing. But in the beginning, I kind of felt like slided, like when responsibility was taken away from me. But then you start to think about it, there's no way that we can get to the level we want to get to if we don't delegate things and put other things in other people's hands. Sure. So we can move to the next thing and next thing and next thing. That's why we have 5 8-figure businesses, right? Because we have a bunch of different people.
5 8-figure businesses?
Yeah, 5. Yep.
What are they?
Well, let me see. Market Mondays, right?
That's Earn Your Leisure business by itself.
Yep.
Whoa. How is Market Mondays a 5-figure business?
I mean, Market Mondays makes a tremendous amount of money, especially with the ad revenue, with the world tour. Because you remember we got a world tour. Yeah. Right. You got the sponsorships. We got multiple sponsorships with Market Mondays.
When you say ad revenue, you're talking about like your like regular podcast, YouTube.
The regular podcast, YouTube. Then we got outside sponsorships. We do a multiple different events. So that's a big business right there, right? Market Mondays alone. By itself.
Okay, gotcha.
You got Earn Your Leisure. That's the horse of everything, right? That controls everything. That's the mothership of everything. Then you got EYL University. Mm-hmm. Over 12,000 members with EYL University. EYL Network, right? The network consists of, you used to be on the network, but you have 19 Keys, you have Ronnie Brown. We just added 2 shows, Mike Rashid, and we got Rebuild Black America. Yeah. So what is it? 4 or 5 8-figure businesses, or almost 8-figure businesses, right? So if it's not 8 figures, it's right there, right? Yeah. So these are really big businesses, right? And in order to like scale to this level, you have to put people in place. And you need to do what you're great at. And what I'm great at is building these things, like putting things in place. So what I was doing was I would take a video of the things I used to do and give it to, like, say, him. He'll take this video and now he learns how to do it. Like, I've sent videos to AB. I've sent videos to Magna. I sent videos to Janet. All these different tasks I used to do on a daily basis, I would make a video of it, say, here, take this video, learn from this, and this is what I was doing. So then I'm like, whoa, I got something here, right? So I literally journaled every single thing I've ever done for all these different businesses and put it into like a journal where I can kind of like put like a user manual together to teach people how to run this business the way we run a business. And that's why we were able to scale.
Okay. All right, you mentioned it. I got to so I was on the network. You want to talk about it? We got to talk. We should talk.
I mean, we can.
Okay. All right. And I get this question. Mm-hmm. Well, not so much anymore, but probably maybe a year ago, I got a lot like, yo, you on the Earn Your Leisure Network? I was like, not anymore. Or they're like, yo, you not on a network anymore? Like, no, not anymore. And they always ask me why, right? And what I say is, at the time where you all signed me on the network, I had my own YouTube channel. So, which isn't necessarily a part of your model of a network, because you put everybody on the same YouTube channel and you kind of, make the splits or whatever. Right. But I already have my own YouTube channel. And it was hard for you all to promote that because it's like promoting something outside of the network, and you all didn't make any money off of my YouTube channel, which was a conversation we were like trying to figure out, and I just couldn't figure out how to like make that work either. But there was an incident that happened, And you want to tell her from your perspective?
Well, I mean, yeah, if you want me to. I mean, I'm an honest person. If you want me to tell, I'm gonna tell the truth.
100%.
I won't tell your side, my side. I'm gonna tell the truth.
Yes. Let's do it.
So this is the whole thing, right?
And just for clarity,
I'm gonna start from the beginning of it.
Yeah, for clarity, what did Jay-Z say? It's cool because we back friends. It happened and it's over, right?
Yeah.
But this is a good.
It wasn't real, so it wasn't nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But long story short, I guess you wanted to buy advertising space on the network.
I did?
Yeah. This is what was told to me.
Who told you that?
Well, Troy told me that I was aggressive with the pricing. The way I came off to you, you felt uncomfortable because I can be like kind of overbearing or loud or aggressive, but I was aggressive when I was speaking to you about the advertising sales. This is what he told me. You came to him and spoke to him about that. And he said, yo, and then Troy goes to you and says, listen, if you ever have an issue, just call me. If you ever have an issue, just call me. I said, I don't know about this, right? This is all after our incident. So what happened is that you came out with the same exact person as someone else, as Ash Cass. Yep. The same person. And I made a mistake. It was 100% my fault, but they should have never been coming out on the same day. That was because we didn't have our systems in place. Now we know which episodes are coming out 4 weeks in advance. Yeah. No way you should have had the same person coming out in the same week. So that was, as a network, we failed with that. I swapped them. I put Ash on yours and yours on Ash because it was the same name. And I had them all in the same folder. Bad. I get a text at like 12 o'clock at night. Mind you, my mindset. I literally just got in a big argument with my ex-girlfriend. I was pissed off and I get a text. I talked to this man by myself all the time through text for the last 2 years. Last year, while you was on the network. You text me if something's wrong, it's always me and you. But at 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night, I'm upset. He texts me, Rashad, and Troy. And that just pissed me off.
Why though? Because
if it was issues and stuff before, it should have just been me and you. But when you text them, I felt like, are you trying to like get me in trouble or trying to like I was like insubordinate or something, or I was like this is my network. I'm an owner, I'm not like a little guy, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I was like, I just felt like it was just kind of like you're just trying to put me on like, and then with that energy that I had coming out of that relationship that with my ex, it just magnified my response.
Right. I don't know. Hold on. I wonder. Yo, I actually still have it. I just typed in everybody's name. So no, actually, it was 2:13 in the morning.
Exactly.
I
knew it was late.
I'm
I'm
doing podcast stuff, but I'm not thinking about it like that. I think I'm thinking that if it's this hour,
I'm not gonna respond. I'm always
maybe
up.
might not respond. Let me just hit everybody. It wasn't like malicious or nothing like that. But I was just like, yo, good morning. I had a few questions. This is what I'm reading. Good morning, fellas. Had a few questions. I'm going through my audio podcast, and I noticed that the Josh Chris episode that I sent you guys isn't there. My title is there, but the actual audio is Ash episode. My last episode has the Market Mondays intro in the very beginning. So those two things happen.
That was probably a red circle issue because they were messing up.
Gotcha, but one, I don't know about the conversation with I never said anything about ad
I'll know when
issues.
when I mess up, and that was a mess up. That the Market Mondays intros that I don't put those on the episodes,
right?
So that would have never been me.
So you said send me the correct audio. You sent me 5 episodes this week, and then you said going forward we're only uploading the schedule Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I think I was doing 5 a week on my audio. So
because the goal was to send it to me 24 hours before, but I was getting it an hour before, 2 hours before. It was just it was really confused because then I have to go and it was just too much.
Right.
again, this is a learning experience. We don't have these issues no more because everything's in place. We have systems in place. You know what I'm saying? So it was hard to get everyone, and I'm not just dealing with you. I'm dealing with everybody on the network, and I think we had 5 people on the network at that time. And if
for sure
5 people are sending me audio or video late, there's an issue. Like there's a problem. Like why do I have to rush home to get your audio up on the thing because you're uploading and giving it to me an hour before it goes out? It's not fair to me. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And that's why that was frustrating to me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And Troy and Rashad don't deal with it. I was dealing with that. That was my responsibility.
Gotcha.
I was dealing with it. So they don't know what the things I have to deal with on that daily, which I don't know what they have to deal with when they're in public and people come up to them. I remember Rashad the first time, he was like, this dude kept looking at me, y'all. And this is when we first started. He's like, I don't know, what was it? Like he felt real uncomfortable. Then the guy just came up and said, are you the guy from Earn Your Leisure? You know what I'm saying? That was the first thing he had to deal with, like with the fame. It's a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what that feels like, right? Just like they don't, from my perspective, they don't know what I have to do.
From my perspective, I'm not thinking of none of it. I just wanted to get it right because there was a couple, because I saw I'm looking at it. For one, you was like, I'm only uploading Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'm like, I just did the little question mark.
He was just sending everything. He was sending like boop, boop, boop.
I was doing that.
One day to be Thursday, one day to be Friday. It was just too much.
And yes, that was too much. But
and now Red Circle allows
you
to upload it yourself. You got team members now.
Right. So I don't see that. And I don't know. Like I don't know what you're
just playing with the algorithm.
So I put it in there. And then,
which was good on your part.
At the end of it,
this guy.
I think like Mike said, song with a player or whatever, where you're getting paid. Oh, he said it's an ad and it's played, you're getting paid. We've never placed audio on anyone's ad or whatever. Yeah, so I was like, my ending text was like, let's just talk tomorrow. And I think you called me.
Yeah, that call.
And this is where it got sticky. Mike, and I hear like it's a lot going on in the background.
Are you drunk?
Mike was like, he was like, we only do on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday or something like that. It was a long time
I don't remember
ago.
the conversation.
But I was like, no, my show goes every day. And he's like, what you gonna do about it? I'm looking at the phone like, I said, Mike, are you drunk? I was like, Mike, if you're drunk, I just give you a pass on it because you're just not in your right mind right now. He's just aggressive right now. And I'm like, all right, did Mike just invite me to his hands? Did Mike invite me to his hands just now? So I got off the phone.
I felt attacked. I felt attacked, ladies and gentlemen. I felt attacked by the text, including Rashad and Troy. And I texted this man for a whole year, which is me and him.
Here's the thing. It's just like perception. So I understand now that you already got a lot going on with, you said your ex had called you. Mm-hmm. You probably had a couple of drinks. And you're feeling a way that I put it in a group chat. And that wasn't my intention, but your perspective of, he's
well, if Troy would have told me you came to him and spoke to him, because Troy didn't tell me this until after the whole incident. Right. But if he would have told me you came to speak to him about because you felt I was aggressive, I think that I would already put it in my mind that okay, he's just doing exactly what.
But
Troy told
I don't
him
know
to do.
that conversation about something before that incident. I never said anything, but I was happy.
He said I was aggressive.
Sent me checks. I was happy. I never said anything about that.
So this is the $1 million question. Is that why you left the network?
You invited me to your hands, Mike, and I was like, after that, I was just so uncomfortable, and I was like,
I said, do something about it. That's not inviting you to your hands.
What else does that mean?
Do something about it.
Okay.
If you don't like it, then do something about it.
You don't like something. We're sitting here. You don't like something.
That can mean leave the network.
I say do something about it. What am I saying to you?
I'm not saying a fight. I was aggressive, yes. I'm not saying a fight. You're like the nicest guy in the world. Who wants to fight you?
That's why I didn't come on the phone with no energy. I'm just like, Mike.
You texted me at 2:30 in the morning.
Because I just happened to be up, and then you were replying back. So
can we agree that was a bad time to text me?
Yeah. Terrible time.
If you texted 9 o'clock in the morning, it would have been such a different outcome.
100%. But so that was, and I think somebody said that I left because I wanted to build my own network, and that was the farthest from the truth. I'm like, I don't want to manage that. Listen, I'm happy being on a network.
At the end of the day, you want people to grow.
Yes.
We don't want you to stay in the same spot forever, right?
But my point is, I believe in the vision. You know what I mean? Like, EYL network. I'm like, we we are stronger together than we are apart. I believe in that. It's just I'm so non-confrontational. And if there is a confrontation, I typically just step away. Like even if me and my wife getting at it, I'm like, all right, I'm about to go in the other room because this is too much for me. I don't do that, right? So, but yeah, that was literally the only reason. And
and I apologize. I was definitely out of line. I shouldn't have been aggressive with you like that. And it was just I was in a place where, you know, I wasn't good to be speaking about business.
It was a lot going on at one time. Absolutely. Yeah.
Listen, I'm a man. I own up to my mistakes. You know what I'm saying? That a lot of people can't say sorry. A lot of people can't accept accountability. Yeah. But I'm a very genuine person. I wear my feelings on my sleeve. At the end of the day, I can look you in your face. I can look myself in the face because I'm a truthful person. I'm an honest person. I'm walking person. I'm a genuine guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be somebody else. What you see is what you get. That's why I tell Jessica all the time. I never changed. This is what you got. She's like, why are you so like? And then I told her the other day, I was like, I'm a teddy bear. It's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that's exactly what you are. I'm like,
But yes, you did say all of those things. Yo, I apologize, owned up, was like, yo, my bad. It was just a tough situation. And I respected it. My feelings were like,
you still mad at me for like a year. You still mad at me
for a little while, but now
I think once me and Jessica got together, I think he was like, you know what? Just like he left his ex in the past. I'm gonna leave that because that was.
Nah, it just always takes me time, bro. Like for just me personally, it just takes me time to get over hurt, and I don't.
You was hurt?
Yeah, I was hurt.
He was hurt
because I mean I'm in this really dope situation. It's making money, but I'm like, all right.
So now that we cool, you ready to come back?
No. I'm with it. Yeah. I'm down.
I mean, you actually did. Isn't it called the Social Proof Network now?
Yeah.
And you have a few podcasts under it now, right? Mm-hmm. So it's congratulations. And that's what it is. That's what it's about growing. You're not supposed to stay in the same spot. Yeah. And you always have to do something different. You know, like I was talking to Rashad and Troy, actually just Rashad, I think. For every dollar that we make on YouTube, you know YouTube makes $600.
No way.
Yeah.
Every dollar
that we get paid, YouTube's making $600. Just look at the money you make on Red Circle, right? Yeah. And then look at the money you make on like per ad, and look at them, how many ads go onto YouTube. Just think about the money's just different. You know what I'm saying? It's really different.
Dang.
I mean, because if you get an ad, if you ever got an ad outside of like any network or any agency, how much you getting paid? You
way
get
more.
How much you think they're paying YouTube? Way more than they're paying us. So I'm thinking, I'm like, listen, because I started EYL Network. So if you watch the InvestFest the live stream or the recording, that's on our network. So, and it's like $15 a month or $100 a year. So I'll go shoddy. 19 Keys alone gets 1 million listens every episode. 2 episodes a month, every single episode. And I gotta sell them on this, like, cause I gotta get them to, and I have to sell 19 Keys. He might not want to do it either, but I don't even know how I should be talking about this. But I'm just thinking about the numbers, right? He gets 1 million people, 1 million people watching his show every single episode. Say 1% of those 1 million people we can convert to the network. That's what, 10,000 people, if the math is right. Yeah. What's 10,000 times 15?
1.5.
$1.5 million a month, just like that. And that's what I see. Like, I see that. Why are we playing with YouTube? We got to use these platforms in our benefit, right? Yeah. We got the platform to get the 1 million listeners, right? Yeah. Now we take our listeners back. We get back our data, right? Doesn't that make more sense?
100%.
We don't need YouTube anymore. Yeah. We created our own platform. We created our own. We have our audience. Yeah. Let's tap into our audience. Let's focus on the people that's focusing on us.
Gotcha. Okay. Real quick, taking a step back, when y'all created this, and I think this is important, the business structure, right? So when you guys created, obviously you filed the LLC, so you're in it and y'all say, okay, we're gonna split everything evenly. Was that the conversation?
Yep, 33.
Now moving forward, is that the same thing? I mean, like, let's
in perpetuity.
Say, for instance, forever. I mean, but you create something else.
Every business that we create together, we create it together.
Good.
Like EYL University was my idea. They didn't really think that people would pay on a monthly basis. I'm like, trust me, I've been getting paid residual income for a very long time, right? So, because this is not the first company I built. I built many other companies, right? Not to this capacity, but I said, listen, I'm getting paid such and such, and I actually pay somebody for that community, right? At the moment, I'm like, I'm telling you, people are gonna pay. We're gonna definitely get a good audience and also offer great information and create our own community. Trust me, it's gonna work. A year later, we got like 5,000-6,000 members. A year after that, we, like 10. Now we got like 12,000. Obviously, the times have changed. Yeah. It took like people were spending money at a different time, and time is everything. I think if Earn Your Leisure came out 5 years prior, it wouldn't have got to the level we got to as fast as we got to. But it's like you started your podcast a long time ago, before us, I believe. Yeah. Even Neo before us. Yeah. But it was the wrong time. Mm-hmm. It wasn't the right time. People weren't ready for what you were giving them. Yeah. And that's why I try to explain to people, right? What's the number one company in the world?
Apple or
Apple.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody used to say, why don't Apple put all the features in the phone? Because they're slow feeding it to you. They're letting you get this information, master this information, then go to the next. That's why the iPhone's so much easier and so easier to use versus the Android. Android has a bunch of different features that you can't. You get overwhelmed. It's too much at once. So
100%.
So that's basically so I created EYL, put it together, and then Matt's our other partner with that too, because it was going to be events and it was going to be digital. Yeah. And it popped off, and now EYL Network, that was the way that started. Was I was going to them, I'm like, listen, we need to put Market Mondays. That's why I always say Market Mondays. Market Mondays, Ian, he's the Kanye West of investing. That's what I call him. Sure. The Kanye West of investing. So he was I'm like, yo, this we got to put this on audio, because I'm seeing like everybody that's using Red Circle, I'm the reason why. And you might not know that. I'm the reason why. The CEO called me like their company was going under. Earn Your Leisure saved Red Circle 100%. And if you talk to the CEO, he'll tell you, like, we brought so much value to that company. I should have a percentage. I'm gonna call him up. I need a percentage.
Yo, you know what's crazy? Because I talked to one of them yesterday and I was like, yo, you need some investors? He was like, not right now.
No, he good now. They good. They doing well. They got a lot. I mean, the money we get paid is I mean, you know what I'm saying? So, but what was I saying? So what was I going to?
I don't know. This is an interesting story though. Yes. So you brought value to Red Circle, for sure. Mm-hmm. And you were talking about the biggest company in the world, Apple. Mm-hmm. And then, I don't know, I'll just ask another question though.
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't know where I was going with it, but baby, you know where I was going with it? You might better have. Long story short, but Red Circle, they were definitely, suffering because they didn't have no big podcast. Yeah. Now you promote them very well. I hope you get affiliate for it, because you promote it like crazy. But Red Circle allows you to create a network, to create a team. They implemented a lot of new features. So it's a great platform. But y'all owe me some percentage. I need that.
100%. What were you doing before Earn Your Leisure though?
So I was always in media. I started, so I used ChatGPT, right? I told ChatGPT my whole life story. And it took me, I was in bed one night and she's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I was just going ham. Just like, I don't know. When you start talking about something, you start remembering other things and other things and other things. Sure. So I just went back to my whole entire childhood, and I started to just put it in ChatGPT. I came out with a book. It gave me a title, gave me 12 chapters. It's called From Flyers to Fortune. Yeah. I started with flyers. I used to use my brother's computer at like 14, and I started like working with his Photoshop 3.0, doing flyers. I was doing flyers and stuff for like local promoters and car washes and cleaners, all type. I was just doing flyers and stuff, and I was getting 50 a pop. And I'm in high school, like making like, $400 or $500 a week, you know what I'm saying? Plus I was working at this place called Sport Time. So I was always a hustler. I never like being like without no money. Like my mom had 5 kids, you know what I'm saying? I grew up in the projects. Like she couldn't get me nothing, the things I wanted, right? And Jordans was popping. They were popping at the time. And my brother got me my first pair of Jordans when I was like 12 or 13. And I ain't looked back since. I always had Jordans my whole entire like childhood. So, but I couldn't get them unless I bought them. Yeah. And I had to hustle. So he showed me Photoshop and I started doing flyers. That led to like websites. Then I learned like Dreamweaver, I learned Flash, and I started doing websites. using the same clientele I had already. Like that's what people don't realize. Like they try to go outside of what they're doing, but if you just focus straight on what the people that's focusing on you, like if you're paying me money, right? You're already used to paying me money. Yeah. Why would I try to get I'm gonna try to get you to pay me some more money. Right. Well, I'm gonna try to go and try to get somebody else to pay me money when I got you already. So it's other things that you may need that I can offer you, right? Yeah. And improve your brand, build, this or that, whatever. So this and that been going viral lately. I'm about to name my product this, that, and that, because that's what we do with her. Right. But so it started the websites, and then
what year is this?
This is probably 1920. 1920. I was doing websites, and I was like, I did the residual.
Hold on, 2019 or what are you talking about?
19 or 20. 19 years old, 20.
No. What year?
When I was 20. I was born 1982.
Okay. Okay. Talk about 93. Dang.
No, 22.
No.
02.
It's 23 now.
Like 01, 02.
That would be 03.
It was, I graduated 2000, so it was 01, 02. I started, because I went to Mercy College, and the crazy thing is, this is why it's crazy how things work out. The year I graduate, the college that I went to, it was their first year doing their graphic design program, and I went into that I got accepted into the graphic design program. And I didn't learn, I learned some basic things. I didn't learn too much, but I said, you know what? I want more money. This isn't making me enough money. Websites. So I started doing websites. I was trying to charge like $5,000, but what I realized is a lot of businesses don't have a lot of liquid equity. Yeah. So it's hard for them to just shell out $5,000 for me. And it's also, they don't see the value, right? So now you just have to add value. If you put things in place in your business that can take your business from making $100,000 to $500,000, would you do it?
Of course. Simple,
right? You just have to it has to be seen. Some people have to see it first in order to believe it. Yeah. They don't believe it if they haven't seen it. I'm a person like that. That's probably my biggest flaw, that I have to see it before I can do it.
Gotcha.
Like I was only trying to get 100,000 followers in a year, but I was at InvestFest and Justin P said he had 700,000 in a year. I said, wait, it's over now. 100%. I seen it. So now I'm going for 800.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I seen it. You know what I'm saying? I heard it, I seen it, whatever. Damn, what was the question? What was it? You
started, yeah. You started going to college.
Yeah, website.
I want to build up to how you become this person with all this.
So the website. So I started the websites, and I'm like, they can't pay me what I want to pay. So how can I make the money? I want to make $100,000 a month, $100,000 a year. Yeah. That was my goal there, like 21, 22. So I said, if I get 100 people, I think much less than this now, but if I get 100 people paying me $100 a month, that's $10,000 a month. That's my goal. Yeah. So I got to like 140 people paying me $100 a month.
Oh wow.
Of residual income.
For what?
Building their website. So I built the website for free, and they're paying me $100 a month.
Oh,
so now I'm going to these business, and all I'm doing is maintaining it, but I'm hosting it on my server. Gotcha. You know what I'm saying? So my overhead was really low. You know, servers was cheap back then. I mean, they probably are cheap now too, but now it's cloud server and all that. But so I got to like 140 people at one point. I was cooking. And I was making my little, $100-something thousand a year. I was, and I'm only like 22, 23, and then, people started to like fall off and stuff. I probably went down to probably 30 people at one point. So I had to like kind of pivot, right? The next pivot was nightlife photography. My brother, Jamal, he started this cookout at his house, and his backyard was like amazing. Yeah. So I had a camera because my other friend that I couldn't really not rely on, but I don't like waiting for people. I like to do now. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, let me just pick up the camera. I'll just buy the camera and just start learning myself. So I got a camera. I had a camera, and he had this cookout in 2006. And now I know the year of that because that was the first cookout. It was an amazing cookout. I wish you were there. It was amazing. We did it like 3 years in a row. But he had this cookout, and I got this camera, and I started taking pictures at the cookout. I'm like, oh, this is kind of dope. This is dope. Couple months later, I started applying for people party sites in the city. I ended up getting a call back from this guy, DeWine, from Talking New York. Mm-hmm. And that just opened me up to...
Are we in Atlanta or New York?
New York. I'm in New York.
Okay, gotcha.
that opened me up to my bigger audience, like, because now I'm working with celebrities, and it also opened me up to different people. Like, I'm in the city every night, and granted, you know, you said I was drinking. I wasn't even drinking at this time because I don't drink and drive. I don't ever encourage that. So I wasn't drinking enough. So I was going to these parties sober is all, like never drinking, but I was taking pictures in the club. And this is a fact. And if anybody can challenge me, just hit me up because I'm telling you it's the truth. Light is supposed to come from above. The best source of light is the sun. Is that correct?
I believe so, yeah.
100%. It's 100% fact. The best source is sun.
Yeah.
I seen everybody in the club with the light on the camera. Sometimes they had a grip and the light would be a little higher. My camera, I was one of the only people using Nikon. Nikon was actually able to wirelessly communicate with the flash. So you had a camera and you could actually take your Nikon light off and put the flash up and away from the camera. Yeah. I was literally the first person in nightlife history, especially in New York City, to take my flash up and put it way up in the air and take my pictures. Like that's why I still to this day, I know what pictures I've taken in the club. Years later, now everybody's doing it. So if you're doing it right now, just know that came from me. I literally was the first person to ever do that. Nobody was doing this. I like coined that thing, and everybody in nightlife will tell you, around my time, will say, I was the first one. So that just came popping off, and I was working with like all this different celebrities. Like I worked with Nia, I worked with Trey Songz, all those different music artists, and it was just, they loved me because my name was Mikey at the time. I'm this tall, skinny, doofy guy called Mikey, and they remembered me, right? It was easy to remember Mikey, and they always request me, can you get Mikey to come to your party, take the picture?
That's dope.
So I was getting cool with them, and I would do like 3 clubs a night. Like I would hit the club.
What was you charging back then?
I would get $75 a club. So I was only making $225 like a night, but it's every single night, and I did this for like 5 years straight.
Really?
And also I was selling cars at this time too. So I would sell cars from like 9 to 9. Go
like
to
a
sleep.
Regular job.
Yeah, I had a regular job as well. Like I had to make my lifestyle now is different. Like I'm living in a luxury apartment, so my rent's like $4,000. At one point it was like $7,000 a month in rent.
Back then?
Yeah, I was in Brooklyn. I was in Brooklyn. So this is like 2014 now, 2013. I said, I gotta stop selling cars. This shit, I can't do it no more. I can't do it because it was just too much. Yeah. Then I would do I was doing the pictures, doing photo shoots, and then this video thing came out in the cameras. They started putting video out in the cameras. If you remember, DSLRs didn't have video.
100%.
They started putting video out.
I had a T2i.
What am I naturally gonna do? Learn video. I started learning video. So that's when I learned video. When you learn video, you gotta learn consistent lighting. Yeah. I was using strobes for photography. It's a different type of lighting.
Different. Totally different method. Now I learned continuous lighting. Boom. That's a whole nother avenue stream. So you're a photographer, videographer running around for years. You were known as a... Oh man. I was known in my community. I was known. I took Troy's his first daughter, I took their baby pictures. Like and that was what, 10 years. So I've been doing this I've been doing this for a very long time. You know what I'm saying? A very long time. That's crazy. This story, I had no idea any of this. I knew you had Rolexes before this EYL thing, but. Yeah, you didn't tag me in the Rolex post, but it's okay. Which one? When you said, which one should I get? You tagged Troy, Rashad, Matt, and somebody else, I think. You didn't tag me. I'm like, I'm the reason why everybody got Rolex. Because you're so behind the scenes, bro. Yo, it's cool. Like, I don't do it for that. Well, now you do a little bit. No, I don't take this personal. I will stop. Listen to me. No, not that. The moment I get that generational wealth money, it goes dark. We're gonna be focusing on Legend and Jessica. I'm out the scene. But you are bringing it more to the forefront now, though. You know, hold that conversation because I want to get into that. Okay. But videography, and did you go into EYL from there? No, well, like I said, it started with, Rashad hit me up. Well, we started a lot of different businesses. But I was saying at that point, were you a videographer when you started EYL? Yeah. I'm still gonna pick up a camera and do what I do. But I'm saying your main source of income. Were you a videographer at that point when you and Rashad are having this conversation? Yeah, because I did all his videos. Yep, gotcha. If you look back when he first started posting, I did all his videos and pictures. Everything was me. So that I did it for free. It was my friend. Like I did it. I wasn't asking. You know what I'm saying? It was my friend. That's my brother. I'm trying to help him out. My goal with Earning Leisure was to help them get to where they wanted to get.
So let me tell you, like, this is the thing. This is about living in your purpose, right? We started. So I make also residual money right now with a DJ company, right? I got a 50% partnership with this DJ company because I built their platform and I took equity. I didn't take money up front. And this was back then. So I was always getting that money. probably 20 years now. I mean, it was a very long time. But I still get paid to this day.
Goodness
right?
gracious.
Yeah, I mean, it was amazing. That was my main source of income when I started working with Rashad.
Got it.
Because we was at it was a high level before streaming and everything.
Oh,
so
wow.
it was whatever. But that was my main source of income. So I didn't really need the money from, I didn't need the money, so it was whatever. So that started to go down, right? Around the time I started Earning Your Leisure.
Got it.
So because I couldn't focus on really nothing else. And I had a few other clients that I couldn't really focus on them. I was like, again, I told you, I was doing so many different things for Earn Your Leisure that it just took away from anything I could really produce on. Yeah. And we weren't delegating at the time. So I started to really like almost like go broke. I mean, we started Earn Your Leisure and then we didn't take any money out for 18 months.
Really?
We put literally every single dollar in the company for like 18 months.
When did y'all start?
January 19th. January 2019.
January 2019.
So around like June was like the first time we did the event in Atlanta.
Year.
Yep.
And that's the first time y'all started taking money.
Yeah, it was crazy. June 2020. Yep, like June 2020. That's the first time we like took profit. And boy, oh boy, ever since then.
Did you know it was gonna be like this?
So I always I gotta tell him, I'm the first person in this world that believed. I'm a fan. I'm actually a fan too. Like I'm a fan of Earn Your Leisure too, because I'm probably the one of the only people in the world that watched every single episode.
Yeah.
Every single piece of content that we've ever put out, I've watched, right? So what does that do for me? That also helps me better myself too, because I have all this knowledge, right? And if I take 1 or 2 or 3% of each thing I see or consume, that's adding to my artillery bank, right? So
but when you started it, did you think this is going?
So that's what I'm gonna get to. So I believed in it. I knew this was. I was trying to say like walking in passage. I was talking about the other companies. So I'm gonna get to that, right? So all these other companies that we started, but the DJ company we started something called Jock Drive. That wasn't their passion. You can tell it wasn't really like they didn't feel it. They didn't genuinely do it. But now you got Earn Your Leisure, say, right? Troy loves educating. He loves speaking. Yeah. Like I always knew Troy to be a great speaker. Rashad, he was great in finances. He understood finances. He had a video that went viral that just telling like, do you know that I have $10,000 in my pocket? Like, no, you don't. No, this card right here, just that simple thing. Yeah. And people don't realize like the power of money and how money works. Yeah. Once you understand how money works, you can use it to your advantage. It's a tool. Use it as a tool, you can make more of it, right? Yeah. Just like AI. If you use AI as a tool, you can be more productive in what you need to do.
Sure.
So it wasn't their passion. Now we got to Earn Your Leisure. When they told me the whole thing they want to do, I'm like, this is it. They've been talking to each other every single day. Like this is simple to them. This is like, it's genuine. It's organic. You don't have to force it. Like when you're doing something and it doesn't feel like work, you just love doing it. It's like when I didn't really want to give on any of my tasks away because I loved doing it. Yeah. It wasn't really work to me. I enjoyed doing it. It gave me meaning. It gave me feeling, right? So when I was delegating things, it kind of like took a piece apart from me because I was like, wait, maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe this or maybe that. It kind of like hurt, but because I enjoyed doing it, it really didn't feel like work. Yeah. Now, thank God, like we can support our families doing this stuff. That's what you really ultimately want to do. You also want to support your family, but you want to do things that you really love to do. 100%. I can see that they really love to do it. So I'm like, let's do it. And I believed in them from day one. Do I think it was going to get this big? Absolutely not. I had no idea. I never really looked outside of America. I didn't think about how in Nigeria, that Nigeria still has people like us. They have problems that we have. They have the things that they want to learn, the education that we're teaching. I didn't think about that. Canada has people like us. They have things that they want to learn. They want to grow. They want to get out the situation they're in. I never thought about it outside of this country. Yeah, that's what blew my mind.
This is interesting. How did y'all start traveling international, packing out these videos? Is it the fact that y'all just found some listenership or listeners? How'd y'all do that, bro?
So it starts with day one. We did free events. Like the most important thing about anybody's company, anybody's media company is going to be data collection. We was collecting data right from the start because I understood how important data is. The reason why advertisers want to advertise with you because your data. They want your people. They want to put their product or their service in front of your people's face, right? Because they want to create a sale, a transaction. I knew data was very important. I started collecting data from day one. We hosted free events locally. Then we went
Locally in the UK.
In America, right?
Gotcha.
What are we doing when we're doing that? We're learning the systems. We're getting logistically great at how to put a event on, right? Yeah. We did many events, probably like 15 events in America before we touched outside of America. As we're doing this, what is that doing? People are falling in love with Rashad and Troy. Yeah. Not just the brand, but Rashad and Troy. They're starting to see they're real people. They're seeing them shake hands. They're seeing them talk to people. They're starting to love them. What does that do? It's easy for me to support. People support the people they like. Yeah. If you like me, it's going to be easy for me to support you. I'm going to support you more. Like when I was in car sales, I sold Honda Accords and Honda Civics. Yeah. They didn't come to me because we had the best car. Yeah. They came to me, right, and they bought from me because they liked me.
Yes.
Even sometimes they would buy from me because it was too expensive. I mean, even if they paid more for the car from me, they still would buy because they liked me, right? So they started to like us, and like again, I didn't know the people. We had the same type of people in these different countries. They're seeing this on YouTube. They're seeing. Goes back to when I tell you we used YouTube for that. Yeah. We got the reach from London. We got the reach from Nigeria. We got the reach from Toronto. These people are seeing all these interactions with the people, right? And getting to like Troy and Rashad. What does that mean? We're going to support you now. We're going to start supporting the things you do. Right. When we do a free networking event in London, we get 3,000 people to come out.
That's what I'm saying. How did you do that, bro? So is it just
consistency,
building the podcast
day by day,
and just more and more people in London start to fall in love with it?
It's just you keep putting out content. Keep putting out genuine content that people love. People are going to support it. They trust us.
Interesting.
That's what I believe.
Free event, 3,000 people, and I think MG told the story. You can only hold like 1,000 or something like that.
Like 400.
So you got 2,500 people outside.
Yeah, I got a video somewhere. It was that blew my mind. Oakland and London blew my mind.
Why do you think Earn Your Leisure blew up like it did?
It was the perfect timing.
I mean, there's some other people that started in timing wise. I do believe
that. But it's like the story with you. It's the consistency. Yeah. No one could be as consistent for 18 months without not taking no dollar in their pocket, right? Yeah. No one could be consistent for 18 months. That's why I'm saying it again to make it better. But it was hard for you to be consistent and make no money.
Yes.
Very hard for you.
Yes.
That's not just you. It's a lot of people to make not a dollar.
Yeah.
Now, the greatest thing is you probably were doing it by yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, look, we have Troy, we have Rashad, you have me. We have a team. Yeah. So now we're consistent together. Together, we can go further. Together, we can create an Earn Your Leisure. Yeah. And that's what happened. That's why other companies and other people weren't able to be as successful like a Neo. Neo's probably doing it by himself. He wasn't consistent. All these different things that we possessed. We performed at a high level consistently from day in, day out, every single day. Market Mondays plays every single week. Yeah. Earn Your Leisure is every single week. The only week we take off is the last week of the year.
Wow.
Because it's so hard to become in the algorithm. I'm in the algorithm right now. I'm popping right now, right? I don't know when this episode's coming out, but right now, today, whatever date it is, I'm in the algorithm, right? I'm posting 1-2 times a day. The minute I stop, it takes a very long time to get this momentum. Yeah. Now, if I consistently stay consistent and keep posting consistently good content, great content, I'm gonna get my 700,000 followers in a year, right? I'm gonna hit that level. But it's all about staying consistent and getting the algorithm. We got in the algorithm. Earn Your Leisure. We stayed with it. We stayed true to it, and we kept hitting it, digging. And
all right, let me ask you this. If you could attribute your success to one thing, and I'll throw out a couple things, is it the quality of information? Is it the personalities? Mm-hmm. Is it your ability to market, talk to your audience? If you like anything that you can think of, if you can attribute the majority of your success to your success to a thing, what would it be?
The genuality, if that's a word. Is that a word?
I think so. I like it.
The genuality of us. and the fact that we're a family.
Yeah.
We're still a family, right? We still have our family, all of our family and friends who's working with us.
Good.
You know, we're a close-knit community where we grew up at, and we're a close-knit brotherhood.
Let me ask you this. Have you done marketing for the podcast? Have you paid for marketing in the podcast? Because I'm hearing that that's a thing, and I'm actually looking into it too. Like, how can I market the podcast better?
Well, there are avenues. We never did, but like just like advertisers contact you, you can contact advertising agencies. You can also do cross-platform. I would start off for free, right? You have an audience, right? So the best thing is to take someone else's audience, someone that's totally different from you, but doing the same thing. Like, I don't know, those other different cultural podcasts that talk about finance, you can get them to do a cross-platform because they want your audience and you want their audience. So the first thing I would do is just do it for free. And you can actually request people on Red Circle to say, hey, I wanna do cross-platform advertising with you. That'll be the first step. You always wanna start off to try to do it the least cost-effective way. So that's the first way. You can actually go to Spotify, contact them. You can advertise your podcast there. You can you can contact Adcast. That's another platform to advertise. The best thing I would say is to get on other audio platforms. That's the best way you advertise. Because one, it could be free. I do see people charging for podcasts, to be on podcasts and stuff like that. I don't agree with that because I think it dilutes the information, because you may put someone in this chair that is not, it's like, I don't feel like I put the work in to be on your wall, right? I do feel like I put the work in to sit in this chair because I do have the information, right? Information is what's important. But publicly, my public figure, I haven't got to that point where I could be on your wall. I don't think people have put the work in to get in this seat, right? It shouldn't be a price to get in this seat, because now you're putting people in this seat that could dilute not just the information, but your platform, the message. It takes away. And that's why you get people like, they call it that word I don't even like to use, but it creates a toxic environment.
For sure. All right. So I do want to talk about this now too, because you've been behind the scenes the whole time. But now you're coming forefront. Is that a good thing? I mean, obviously it's a good thing.
I'm gonna tell you why it's a good thing.
But some people could look at it as like, all right, now Rashad and Troy, they got to shine, and Mike is like, no, I want some too, which could crash the ecosystem of Earn Your Leisure.
Well, I mean, you might think that, you may think that, you may not. But at the end of the day, when I had my son, shout out to Legend, it changed everything for me. There were times where I had to sleep in my car, I had to take a shower in a gas station, things like that. I have a family provider now. I'm engaged. I'm a fiance. I'm a father. I no longer can depend on someone else to supply money in my pocket, put money in my pocket so I can provide for my family. So with that in my mind, I started to think that I'm as good as the talent. If you say I'm done with this podcast, I don't want to do this anymore, they got to go find a new job. They cannot make their money is based on what you do. And that scared me because I have to provide for my family. So I had to create I had to let people know my ability to do what I do, put a face to my skills. And in order for me to do that, I had to just come out in public. I don't know how long I'm going to be in public for. This is not my passion to be in public. One thing I will say is making videos is therapeutic like a mug. It's super therapeutic. Like I captured like probably 3 months worth of videos that I've never put out before I put my first video out. That just speaking in front of the camera, it just made me feel like I could have a load. I could be upset about something, and I turn the camera on, and it just releases. It's so therapeutic. So no matter what, I'm always gonna make content. I may never put it out, but it's very therapeutic. So,
but I mean, so Tony Kukoc, he wasn't thinking like, yo, I can't rely on Jordan and Pippen and Rodman to do everything. I need to go out, put out some numbers for myself so I get ad deals and stuff like that. He just played his role and trusted the fact that Mike Scotty and Rodman was going to do their thing. Phil's going to do his thing. And I mean, that's the essence of a role player. But what you're saying is it could happen one day where Rashad's like, yo, I'm not feeling this no more. Rachoy's like, yo, I want to do something else. I made enough money. I'm about to be with my family.
That's a real thing.
Michael McDonald holding the bag.
That's a real thing, right? That's a possibility.
So.
You stopped doing it at one point, right? At a time, right?
What you mean?
Like you stopped podcasting for a second, like because you said you weren't consistent.
Yeah,
right. I mean, I know it's different now, right? Because it's financially supporting you, right? But just the thought of that just had me like, I got to start creating revenue on my own.
That's
right?
a real thought, though.
I have to create like, I know what I'm great at, right? I started to, and like my confidence in my ability to make people more successful and build their brands and platforms is so high that once you see me and realize what I'm doing, like I'm literally building my brand in front of your face. So people used to say, how does he do this? How do you do this? He don't have no followers, because I never really looked for it. I never put the Mikey touch on me. Now that Mikey touch is on me, I got 30,000 followers in 3-4 months, right? Because I understand this. Like, this is like poetry in motion with me. This is easy to me. I've been doing this for everybody else all my life. I've been a giver forever, and now it's just my time. This is my time, and I'm gonna own my time, and I'm gonna walk in my purpose.
Was it a conversation that needed to be had with the fellas, or?
Of course, I told them.
Yeah.
Why would you want to put more responsibility on me? To be honest, they thought it would take away from me being more productive, but it actually added.
I would have thought so. Yeah.
It actually it made me more productive.
How?
Because, so you ever realize, like, you have a bunch of things to do and you end up doing nothing?
Yeah.
Right? But when you're doing like multiple things, you actually do more when you're actually doing it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like,
I feel that.
when you get that,
I can relate
when
to
you
that.
get that rhythm, you start doing more and more and more and more and more. I'm in a rhythm. I'm in a my ecosystem is crazy. It's like it's a well machine. It's a well-oiled machine is going. So everything's in motion.
Yeah, I would imagine that would be a tough conversation, man, because
nothing's tough. It's easy.
I've been through that a lot. You know what I mean? Like, it's always we got a good thing going, man, and now.
But again, do you want me to stay in the same place, or do you want me to grow?
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
and you all are friends, so obviously they're gonna respect whatever you. Obviously, I think they're gonna support you regardless, because y'all are friends, right? But
well, I mean, it's at the end of the day, do you want me to grow, or do you want me to stay in the same? Like, me, actually, it was hurting me not being in the same place. It was hurting me, actually, because I felt like I wasn't good enough. I started to feel like I wasn't good enough. It's like, I always used to say, like, why wouldn't you want to play with LeBron? Like, are y'all bugging? He's the best player in the world.
Yeah.
But now I know, because when you're just as great, like when you're a great player, when you're not an all-star, but you're a star, and you play with someone like a LeBron, it takes away from your ability to do what you do. Right? So that's what was really happening. Like, I'm with.
But Pippen did go to another team and he was trash. So not trash, but he wasn't Pippen.
Because he needed the other players, right? He couldn't be great by himself.
Yeah.
Like, I am the heart of this too. Like, I'm a part of the heart. I'm a part of the DNA. You know, if DNA was Rashad, Troy, and Mike, I'm the DNA of this. Like, it was in my blood. It pumps. Arnie Elijah pumps in my blood. It was destined. Like, this is a perfect puzzle. Yeah. Like, every puzzle made sense. It was perfect timing, a perfect people. It was right there in front of our face. We just had to do it.
Love it. All right. I guess we can talk a lot about business, but I do want to know the secret sauce. Your sauce that you approach any business with. Do you have a formula, or is it like a feeling, or what makes you so great at business?
It's just a vision. Like I was telling you about the EYL network play. I look at numbers as shapes and colors and stuff, right? That's why Jessica always says, how'd you add that up so fast? Because I don't look at it as numbers. I look at it as shapes in my mind. So, and that's the same way I approach business. Like, we was in church one time and it was saying, like, if you're a square and I'm a circle, it's hard for us to get to like relate. It's hard to us to be in a line because a circle can't fit in a square and a square can't fit in a circle. Sure. You know, so just think about that like business, right? If I see this square, right, Earn Your Leisure is a square. And right now I'm looking at YouTube as a circle now because we don't fit in that. But EYL network is a square. So if you put all of our stuff into the EYL network, it's a perfect match.
Got you.
That's how I see it. That's why I started to notice like this could work.
So it's not necessarily that you would be able to teach that because it's a feeling.
Well, the thing is that like Jessica, she'd been putting in work a lot longer than I met her. Before I met her, right? But she was just so invested into trading. Mm-hmm. She didn't think about her brand. She didn't think about making money outside of that. She just loved trading. She wakes up at 12 o'clock at night, goes to trading, then goes to work out at 5 o'clock in the morning. It literally does this every single day. Before I met her, like this was her thing, right? I'm loving the trade, and she was doing a call only on a private network for like a private community for 2 years straight. I'm like, and you got like 9,000 people in this. What? Yeah. What? It wasn't really. I just put things in place. Like, I'm not gonna say anybody could have did it, but once I seen like the missing gaps to her brand, mm-hmm. and I fulfilled the things that need to be fulfilled in her brand that she wasn't focusing on, it was simple to make that $1 million in a month.
What were those things?
Well, one, she didn't have a website. She didn't have a correct website. Two, she wasn't putting her content on YouTube, mm-hmm. right? So like again, you have to use YouTube for what you use it for. Yeah. Then you bring them back.
Gotcha.
So she wasn't expanding her audience with YouTube. So I said we got to start making your live go to YouTube. Yeah. We did that. We created her website. We created a course. We put the course online and a ClickFunnels. See, this is the thing with these ClickFunnels. They make these ClickFunnels and put way too much information on them. I don't know why people do it. Like, you got to think, how many emails have you read that have all those different letters going through the email? It's like a bunch of like information. How many have you read of those?
None.
But if it's a picture, it's a title and a button to click and just a little bit of information. How many times have you looked at that?
Rock one, yeah, for sure.
Why are people still doing it? I don't understand. Right. What are you doing? We've been doing the same thing for 5 years. Are you going to take what I'm doing or not? Why we got 20,000 people in the arena? Because people not looking at your email. Why are you putting these crazy ass titles and stuff? Would you search that title? No. Put something that you would read. You would search. Look, the emails that you actually look at, take that information, take those titles and re-engineer it. Reverse engineer it for yourself. Yeah. You looked at it, somebody else is gonna look at it. There's emails that you just click unread, read. But there's also emails that you click. Why did you click that? That's what you have to get to. Yeah. Why did you click that? Take that information and redo it for yourself.
Gotcha. Okay. So but for you to be able to see it, it's a special person who can see all these missing pieces.
Well, I think it's a special person.
But I'm saying, but you're not going into mass teaching people how to fix their business, which you have that information, but you're more like, let me get together with David, look at his business, and I can create. And I'm gonna
create the vision for you. I also create a user manual. So basically, it's gonna be a user guide on literally step by step on how to set up a platform like YouTube and how to operate YouTube, how to set up your email, how to operate your email, how to automate your email, how to set up your website, your funnel, and how to operate your email. So I journaled every single thing because I'm the one who made the funnels. I'm the one who made the websites. You know, shout out to Kobe. He actually made our second website, and Denise made our third website. She makes all our websites now for Blend. But all those different things, those systems I put in place, and I created a journal for like a user manual, and that's what I'm going to probably maybe offer in the future.
Solid. Well, we need a partner or something because I want some of that. You know what I mean? The Mikey sauce. Pause.
Pause.
Hey,
big
yo.
Pause.
Yo, Mike, man, yo, anything we miss? We talked about a lot over this hour and some change.
Well, how long was the episode? Hour and 12 minutes?
Hour and some change.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've been doing lives every night and stuff. I'm getting kind of, I'm back in therapy now, you know what I'm saying?
Really?
So that's allowing me to speak a lot, you know what I'm saying?
I'm going to come back to the network.
You know,
Mike's in therapy.
Yo, listen, I mean, we rocking. We rocking. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
We rocking, man.
Let me ask you this, okay? Does every show on your network make money?
Yes. We got
some don't perform the way
the shows that weren't. We're no longer a part of it. They're not longer a part of the network.
So if they come on and they don't perform, you like, all right, well, it was good.
Well, the thing is, it's consistency. Are you putting your episodes out every week? Are you giving them to me on time and things like that? Like, if you're not putting them out, if you're not putting your episodes out, how are you gonna make money?
Yeah.
You know, and we got a brand we got to stand by. If you can't put your stuff out, then what are you doing? How are you gonna be on the network? You know.
And how do people make money on the network?
Well, we have actually. So we have ad dollars that come to us at once. Like, say if we get a deal for $100,000, we're gonna divide that through the whole entire network. So like if say Ally wants to give us $100,000 for EYL network, now we're gonna give David Shands $10,000, give this one $15,000. So we break it up like that. So that's one way. The other way is ad dollars come in. We had a talk with Red Circle and said, listen, this is what we want for this podcast. This is what we want for that podcast. This is what we want, whatever. We also try to get them to sell it as a network as well. And then we divvy it up. So that's how they're able to make money for audio side. The video side, we haven't put too many video ads into our video. We just mainly focus on our own ads, like when we were doing InvestFest, EYL University, things like that. But yeah, I mean, and we just give them the education. I mean, like podcasting. I never heard you talk about this, but do you know the number one industry in podcasting?
The number one industry?
The number one like category.
Genre? Oh, it was it's between comedy and true crime.
True crime. That's the number one genre in podcasting. Yeah. How many black podcasters you know talking about true crime?
Not a lot. I know these two girls. That's pretty much it, and they're killing it too.
Are they black or white?
Black.
I bet you they are. You know why? Because we don't have nobody in that space. That's the number one industry in podcasting, and nobody's taking advantage of it.
Yeah, but
we want to talk about. Everybody wants to talk about the same thing, business.
Yeah.
But true crime is the number one industry, right? How many real stories we got in our hoods that we could talk about,
bruh?
You know what I'm saying?
But that's harder because you got to really, one, be able to research, two, be able to storytell, three, like you got to find out the details of what happened around a particular crime. Unless you're doing
they probably got $100 million. You ain't gonna learn that for $100 million.
100%.
You know, they just got signed for like $100 million. What we doing is, I mean, but no one's doing it. Yeah. Why is no one touching that? We need people that look like us talking about things like that.
Yo, how do you break down the YouTube money too?
How do I what?
Like, how do you break down the YouTube money?
So the YouTube money, well, you can go on your analytics and it tells you how much that network, those episodes made for the month.
How though?
You got to go to analytics, advanced, and you put their episodes in a group.
Oh, so you create
a group. So
I'm gonna help me do that too.
Yep. So what you do is you create.
Owe Donnie some money, but.
Oh, you did. So I mean, all the clips, all the things, he probably do. Yeah. But yeah, it's simple. It's simple. It's like the network.
Can I pull a whole playlist into this group and then it just?
No, you have to do it manually. Okay. At the moment, you have to do it manually.
Okay, all right,
they should be able to make the playlist. That would be smart, but they haven't done that yet.
Okay.
But you put all that. What I do is I open the playlist, like what I had to do from the beginning to start it. I had to open the playlist and I would just copy the name and import the group.
Create the different groups so you can see the analytics from each group. Oh.
Everything. You literally can see everything that you could see for your podcast. And then we send PDF reports every month.
I like that.
Yo, we're on the machine, man. We're moving and grooving. We're moving and grooving now, man.
Listen, we
mastered the network now.
That's a fact.
I don't know what we're gonna master next. You know what I'm saying? What we're gonna master next?
That's a fact. Yo, Mike, I appreciate you pulling up, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you for inviting me.
Very
you had to go into the nonsense. We don't focus on nonsense over here.
We don't, but it helps. You know what I mean? It helps. Communication, how people can have an issue, then come back together.
Don't take nothing personal.
It's cool.
Don't take nothing personal.
I take things personal.
You can't, man. Rule number 2, you can't take things personal. You can't take things personal, man.
You can't.
You get so much further in life.
100%. But
she says, why are you not mad? Why are you not upset when things happen to me? I'm like, it's not personal.
In that regard, I'm not, like, I don't get upset in terms of,
you just get hurt? You just get hurt?
I just be hurt. And to protect my own peace, I walk away. Like if there's any like issues, that's why all that nonsense that be going on, if like people are, like if somebody says something about me, I just walk away from it. I can't fight it because now I'm more emotionally, you know what I mean, involved. Mm-hmm. So I used to say that I'm not emotional, but me me stepping away means I'm extremely emotional, and I'm taking it to heart. So
you should. I'm telling you, man. It just you just wash it off. It just come back home, make a video about it, and leave it in that video.
Easier said.
It's not really that hard.
For you.
It's not hard.
For you.
Because once you talk about it with yourself, right? Just talk about it with yourself to the camera, and then just walk away. You left it all in that camera.
I'm just saying.
Can you try it?
Said than done.
The next time you get upset about somebody, just try it. You can be like, damn, that shit was real easy.
No, bro.
You just try it.
I'll talk about it
because it's more about them.
Feel away.
Like, I didn't get upset with you because of you. I got upset because of me. Right. It was more about me at that time. I was mad about the situation I was going through. So, and I just took that energy and put it on you.
Right.
It wasn't never about you.
No, but what I'm saying is I think everybody internalizes things differently. So I'm working on being better.
Are you in therapy?
No.
So let me tell you this. You should get into therapy, right? But make sure you're with a doctor, a certified psychologist, not a psychologist, not a psychiatrist, a psychologist. Psychiatrists offer medicine. They don't believe in therapy, like ongoing therapy, psychotherapy. A psychologist believes in psychotherapy. They believe that if you speak about things, you get to the root of the issue of why it's causing. Like there are things that you do today that you formed when you were a child. Yeah. So if you start to go to therapy and start to identify with those things that are probably bothering you that you never really came up, targeted with, like, what word am I looking for? Whatever that you never addressed. It needs to be solved. And you need to get to the root of the problem.
You think I know what my reservation is in therapy is that everybody made it cool to go to therapy, and it's like almost like I'm in therapy because it's cool to be in therapy, and that's why I was like, I ain't trying to be. I don't
think people think it's cool. I think people are intimidated to say they're in therapy.
Buzzword, like, yeah, man, I was talking to my therapist, and like, all right.
I don't know. I don't think so. Y'all think so?
I think so.
I don't know. I think people are still scared to go to therapy.
Nah, I think it's kind of cool to say I have a therapist.
Well, I tell you, it's very beneficial, especially in our lives, because we were born in trauma.
You in therapy? Are you in therapy? She don't need it?
Listen, I can't speak for her.
But you don't like her therapist?
Well, she's
she
not.
blaming everything on you?
Well, that's the problem.
Be mad biased, like Mike. You gotta change. I don't like her. Fire.
In therapy, you should never be judgmental. You should never be biased. You're there. You're a safe place. I go into this office. It's safe. It's safe. It's supposed to be safe. It's a safe place. It's where I can let things out. You listen, and then you start to ask the questions, so you can start to connect things. Like, why was this water in this plastic bottle? How did it connect? It's just it's all about connecting things. And like, let me think, like, why do I overeat, right? Why do I overeat? Something simple like this. My grandmother never let me leave the table until I finished my food. That might be a psychologically, is in my mind, like, I can't leave the table until I eat. 8 years old. I'm 30. I'm 40 years old. I still feel like I gotta finish my food.
Oh, wow.
But that's simple things that you don't think about. But if you go into therapy, you start to connect things with, like, things as a child, like why you do this. That's why me raising a son now is like, I have to be very careful in what I expose him to, because the things that I can expose him to can actually harm him, not now, but later in his life. You know what I'm saying? So it's very, like, we got to protect his peace at all costs.
You've kind of convinced me.
Thank you.
Put it like that. You said something really cool, like being connected to something else, and okay. I gotta find somebody that I'm into, though.
Yeah. I mean.
Yeah. I think I would like to find somebody like me that suppresses
they're out
emotions
there.
a lot.
Go to Psychology Today. PsychologyToday.com.
You on that website?
No, I don't.
A piece of it?
No, I don't.
All right. I know you might.
I don't. I wish I did.
Look, man, thank you so much for coming, man. I appreciate you jumping on.
For having me.
Make sure y'all following Big Mike. So let everybody know how they can connect with you and leave us with a word of wisdom.
MichaelJMacDonald.com. That's MichaelJMacDonald.com. And that's the same thing as my Instagram handle, at Michael J MacDonald. A word of wisdom. Mm-hmm. Stay true to yourself. Walk in your purpose. if you have a vision, don't worry about anything off of that vision. Stay focused and true to where you want to go. You'll get there faster.
There it is. Listen, man, you can't close it out no better than that. Do yourself a favor, man. Go follow Big Mike, all right? Wealth of wisdom, man. You better catch him right now while he's in the forefront because he ain't going to be outside long.
Facts.
As soon as he hits this
Facts.
$1 billion valuation, okay, it's over.
Facts.
But also, go get you some social proof, man, meaning go build something. But it's important that you document the process so that you can bring that information back to your community and teach them how you built what you built. It's the only way our community grows, okay? We need you to like, subscribe, leave a good review. We out. Peace.
Thanks a lot.
If you like the video that you just watched, click this one. You're going to like this one, maybe even more. Click it right now.